Hey, welcome to this recap. I'm going to do a Week 5 NFC East recap. Let's take a look at it, see how the stats are looking so far. It's been a crazy season. So if you look at this, it's anybody's game. The Giants are in the lead with 3-2. Everybody else sitting at 2-3. Um, Overall, the Cowboys are at 2-3. The Redskins 2-3. The Eagles 2-3. And the story is the Giants are just taking the lead here. So look at the points scored. So points for the Eagles have the best offense. Giants have the best defense. See, everybody else is pretty much even. And then the streak, the Giants are red hot. They were 0-2. Now they're 3-2, sitting on top of the lead. So they went from last to first. You can see overall we've all won just one division game. Giants haven't lost any, but they've only played one. So this thing is going to be heated to see how it comes down to. It's basically any of the four teams could win the division right now. They've all got good owners, good players, really plays their games. So really anybody can win it. So let's take a look at the stats. See how the NFC East is doing this year. And you'd expect to see big running backs, big names up there, but this has been the season of injuries, so you're not going to see that in this season. Let's look at quarterbacks first. So Haskins has got the most yards, Jones is second, Prescott, and then Wentz. Doesn't really tell you the full story just by yards. Let's look at some of the other stats. So completion, Haskins is 81%, Jones is 77%, Prescott and Wentz are about 64, 62. And TD-wise, Haskins leading with 11, Jones has got 9. But if you go over here and look at the yards per game, it's 293, 240, 220, and 179. And the ratings here, we got Wentz is really the highest rated. So what the story doesn't tell you is the Eagles are running the ball better than most of these other teams. So they haven't had to pass as much. So Wentz is really the most efficient passer of the group. And you can see they all kind of toss for about 10 yards on average. The Giants actually throw it for a little bit less. So let's look at rushing now. This stat really pops because you don't see any of the big names. You don't see the big names of Elliott and Barkley up here. You see Taylor leading it all. He's really stayed healthy the whole time. So everybody else has been injured. You can see Scarborough has more yards than Elliott even. So let's look at the yards per carry. I got some wide receivers in there on some reverses, but let's look at TDs. Taylor's leading with 4. Elliott Jaya's got 2, so we got 2 Eagles up there leading in the touchdown. So the Eagles' passing game looks deceiving, but their running game is by far the strongest in the East right now, mainly because they stayed healthy. You can see Elliott and fumbles. All these are quarterbacks that drop the ball and sacks. So that's really broken tackles. Taylor, he's leading everything. He's breaking tackles. He's running for the yards after contact. He's got that. Longest run, that's Miles Sanders. Must have busted an 80-yard run for the Eagles. You can see the Eagles, they have the best running game so far of anybody in the NFC East. Let's look at the wide receiver situation here in a second. Let's go look and see how that's doing. All right, so here we got the wide receivers. DJ Moore, he came over. He's doing great, leading the league. You got Cooper, Richardson, McLaurin, and Cup. Colin Johnson, my rookie there, he's doing all right, but really, just everybody's about the same on the passing. The Giants have the best. Cooper's right behind him, and then you got the Redskins. And this is deceiving too. You don't see the Eagles up here because they've been able to run the ball. So really, the Eagles have the most balance, which we'll look at here in a minute. Yards after contact, Miles Sanders, there he is. Yards after catch, sorry. Miles Sanders hitting for the deep ball. The longest of the season so far is DJ Moore, 81 yards. Sanders is second with 76, and then Cooper with 75. Let's go look at some of the offensive line stats here. Well, you can see, we're just going to look at stats. I don't know how accurate these really are. So the left tackle for the Eagles, and then my rookie left tackle is giving up the most sacks, 8 and 6, and then Connor Williams. See, this stat doesn't really show you a whole lot. I wish it showed you pancakes or something else, or like a sack percentage for plays. That'd be kind of cool. Defense, let's look at defense. Peppers has got the most tackles of anybody. Solo tackles here. Van Ester's great for me, and Smith has been great. Let's see who's got the most assists. Nichols, the free safety from the Redskins. Usually these guys are coming in making hits after somebody's already wrapped them up. Nichols, Peppers, Tabby and Smith going a little fast here. Sorry about that. Vander Esch. Tackles for losses. Holcomb. So 2 Redskins tackle for losses, top 15. So that usually indicates they got a good run defense. Let's look at sacks. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the guy's name. 7.5 sacks. The Giants defensive line, they are really good. I just played those guys. And Lawrence is number 3 here. Graham. So, and then Matabuki's, he's not even our starting defensive tackle. We need to get him in more. Dexter Lawrence, second. Interceptions. So we don't have a whole lot of interceptions going on in the NFC East. 3 is leading the way after 5 weeks. So teams aren't really picking the ball off that much. This is really the Achilles heel of my Cowboys. Just can't get interceptions, can't get turnovers. We'll look at that later on. We look at the team stats. We'll go through that. Take a look. Deflections. Giants are all over. Look at that. All top 4 deflections of the Giants. So they're flying to the ball. So let's go look at some of the actual team stats real quick. I like to look at these. These give you kind of a feel of how the East is going. So let's look at total yards. Most likely going to be the Eagles. So the Eagles got the most yards. I think this includes kick returns, punt returns. And now total offense, Redskins got the most offense. Let's see, and then passing, the most prolific passing, the Redskins. Again, they've got a really good quarterback. I played them this week. And the Giants. And the Eagles, you can see they're balanced, 50-50 run pass. The best run is the Eagles by far. They're almost double everybody else. Points per game are the Eagles, Redskins, Cowboys, and the Giants. Passing touchdowns, the Redskins. Rushing touchdowns, the Eagles. First downs, surprise, my Cowboys got 65. We're all around 60. Pretty even match division. Let's get defense. So total yards given up. Giants get the best. They get the best pass defense. Cowboys got the worst pass defense. We've been struggling with some injuries. We got the best rushing defense, but really that's misleading because teams can pass on it so well they don't have to run the ball. Points scored. The Giants have the best defense, and the most sacks are going to be the Redskins, the Giants, and the Cowboys. Look at that. The Redskins. The Giants are going to be interested who wins that one. And then interceptions and fumbles, like 9 for the Giants, 6, 3, and 3. Not many turnovers going on. That really leads to the thing. The third down conversion, the Cowboys and the Eagles seem to be best on third down. None of us are great. Let's go look at the red zone efficiency. This is every time you get in the red zone, you either get a touchdown or a field goal. They're weighted the same in percentage, so you kind of got to look at TDs. So you can see the Redskins have been in there 17 times. You got 7 TDs. Let's look at the percentages on the defense. You can see on the defense, the lower the better. This means you've stopped them. And this really is misleading stat because I played the Giants and they missed like 4 or 3 field goals in a game. So that really made the Cowboys look like they're much better defense than they are. Really, my defense is not that good. I think we're going to get to the end here. Let's look at a couple more things before we go. Penalties, that's about the same. Cowboys don't have many, but they got a lot. The pass interferences are crazy this year. I think it's because the dumbed down cornerbacks. Turnovers. This is the one where the Eagles are winning the battle here. They're the only team positive on turnovers. So that generally, whoever wins that battle probably will win the East. So right now I'm saying the Eagles have the best chance. So the Giants have given it away the most with 8 interceptions. Eagles the least with only 3. So the Eagles are not going to give the ball over because they got that running game. Fumbles lost. The Giants have lost 2. The Cowboys 1. Takeaways. So 9 for the Giants. If they weren't giving it away so much, they would be in a much better position than they are right now. Defensive interceptions only 9, 6, 3, and 3 here. So you can see the fumble recoveries. But I'm going to end it here. Thanks for joining us. Check out the NFC East recap. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.